Previously on 24.
Abu Fayed, a citizen of your country, enters the United States, detonates a nuclear bomb, killing thousands. Next, Assad attempts to assassinate the president.
You know fully well that we have cooperated with you since the inception of this crisis. I had an understanding with your president.
And now you're gonna have one with me.
You help us find those nukes before another goes off, or I'm gonna unleash the full power of our military on your country.
I'm terminating the American. Do you confirm?
Yes. The Americans have shot Vasily. He's in the basement. Cut down the phone lines, DSL, everything.
Where is this, Jack? I know how to find Grenadier. Where is it, Jack?
Jack Bauer is currently being held captive in the Russian consulate. Doyle will help you put a tactical profile together for an assault on the consulate.
Our primary objective is to abduct Anatoly Markov, the consul. Now, according to Jack, Markov knows how to find Greidenko, who controls the remaining 3 suitcase nukes.
The Americans are coming in.
I thought you had that under control.
It won't be long before they have your position.
This drone is ready to launch. Arm the bomb.
What's going on at the Russian consulate?
Jack Bauer is still at large and somewhere inside. We have to go in.
Drop your weapon!
My name is Jack Bauer. You need to contact Bill Buchanan. Tell him that Fayed and Greidenko are in the Shadow Valley. That's me with Buchanan.
The following takes place between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Medevac's on the way. How you holding up?
Fine. Doc, he may have floating rib fragments which would cause internal bleeding. He needs to be stabilized.
Agent Doyle, I told you I'm fine. I want to be involved in this mission.
See to you at the ball, Jack. Right now, this is out of your hands.
We now believe Greidenko is in possession of at least 5 RQ-2 aerial drones somewhere in Shadow Valley.
RQ-2s.
Unmanned stealth aircraft which can be remotely piloted from anywhere in the world.
And Greidenko's arming them with the nuclear weapons he provided to Fayed.
Yes, sir. We're redirecting satellite coverage over the Mojave Desert, and the Air Force is scrambling F-16s from Edwards.
But you have no idea how close Fayed and Greidenko are to launching these drones?
No, sir, we don't.
All right, Bill. You keep me updated.
Yes, sir.
Bring the trucks around. We are moving out now.
What's wrong?
How many drones have been armed?
Just this one.
Damn it. We need to launch it now. Get it ready. Go, go.
Tell me what's wrong. What's wrong?
The Americans know our location.
How? It was Markov, huh? Markov told them.
All that matters is that they know we are here. We need to launch the drone before they close in.
We have 3 bombs and 3 targets.
We'll find a way to deliver the other 2 bombs.
All this time, we've tolerated your condescension, berating us for losing the other bombs. But now it's your fault. Markov was your man.
Blame me all you want, but if we stay here, we'll be captured or killed. Refit the other bombs into their casings or load them on the truck. Do it now! Take them out! We're accelerating our schedule.
Why?
I don't have time to explain. I need you to launch drone 0709.
I haven't finished implementing the evasion vectors. They'll shoot it down before it reaches its target.
Launch the drone. You'll execute evasion tactics once it's in the air.
Yes, sir.
To leave now.
Come on, let's go.
repositioning our satellites as fast as we can, sir. As soon as we make visual contact, we'll uplink a real-time feed to your command.
Just get me that intel, you see. Lives are at stake.
Yes, sir.
You okay?
The truth, no, not really.
We're gonna get through this, okay?
I hope so.
Is there a problem, Chloe?
Yeah. Are you gonna tell us what it is? I was installing security upgrades and I noticed you were using Milo's clearance code, which in case you didn't know is a felony security breach.
No, that must be a mistake. My system's been glitchy and I think
It's not a glitch, Milo. Nadia's been working through user ID, so unless she stole it, you gave it to her. Milo was just trying to help me do my work. Homeland Security sent down an order restricting my security access because I was born in the Middle East. I've heard of that directive, and I think it's wrong for us to be racially profiling our own agents, but it's still a felony security breach for you to be using Milo's code.
Chloe, look, if you report this, we can't help the situation if we're fired and arrested.
If I wanted to report you, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'm telling you this so that you'd be careful. I mean, I noticed it, someone else is gonna notice it sooner or later.
Nadia,
Yes, sir.
Morris has a satellite visual on Shadow Valley. Looks like the terrorists have launched a single drone. I'm conferencing with General Walsh now.
I'll be right there, sir. Coordinate with first responders at all target zones.
Put General Walsh through.
Sir, you're on with Bill Buchanan.
This is Walsh. General, we've made visual contact with a single drone. We're tracking it on satellite.
It's heading on a northwest vector out of Shadow Valley. Altitude is 3,300 feet and climbing. Velocity is 360 miles an hour.
I'm looking at the specs on the RQ-2 now. It's got a low-profile design, virtually impossible to detect by radar. We'll need to manually guide our F-16s to intercept. We're uplinking a video feed to you now. You determined its intended target?
Yes, this is Nadia Yasser. The closest target is downtown Los Angeles. That's a 4-minute window.
Maximum airspeed of an RQ-2 is 400 miles per hour. My F-16 should be able to intercept it within 2 minutes.
That may be a problem. I can't find the drone. The drone's gone.
How could it be gone?
It was passed between grids, but when I switched satellites...
Readjust based on projected vectors.
I'm doing that now, General. It's just not where it's supposed to be.
Till you find it, I'll have my F-16 stay in a holding pattern.
Yes.
I've accessed our connection to CTU.
I've disabled their tracking capability.
Then they cannot detect the drone. No. And I'll be able to keep it hidden from their satellites until we've hit the target. Good. I'll contact you again once we are out of the area.
Sir, I was just talking to Bill Buchanan at CTU. They were tracking one of the drones. They've now lost visual contact with it.
Lost visual contact.
It's unclear just how, sir. They just simply can't find it.
We have the most sophisticated satellite network in the world. How the hell did this happen?
CTU is still trying to determine that, sir.
What about the military?
Well, they've got 3 squadrons looking for it, but these drones are invisible to radar, so the pilots are limited to making visual ID at night over hundreds of square miles. Now, CTU has a ranked list of potential targets. They're running civil disaster scenarios.
Please, sir.
Sir,
Advance the meeting with the Joint Chiefs.
when do you want it to happen?
Right away.
But, sir, why are we assembling the Joint Chiefs?
I warned the ambassador, Tom. You heard me tell him that I'd hold his country responsible if another nuclear weapon was detonated on our soil.
Sir, there's absolutely no evidence that his country either sponsored these attacks or is even in support of them.
His people need to understand that I'm not just rattling my saber. They need to see with their own eyes that I will answer this threat with an in-kind military response.
In kind, sir?
I want the Joint Chiefs to draw up our own target list for a nuclear strike. I won't let another attack go unanswered, Tom.
rated speed, the drone should have reached Los Angeles, so we can eliminate us as a target. In the next few minutes, I can take Santa Barbara and San Diego off the list.
How many targets does that leave within the drone's range?
Counting cities with populations over 1 million, 15.
We have to narrow it down. Assuming they want the maximum civilian death toll, how many likely targets within the drone's range?
Areas with the highest population density are San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Phoenix.
Confirm that nest teams and first responders are deployed in those cities.
Okay.
Morris, make sure the Air Force prioritizes their search on that basis.
Yep.
Give me the projected coordinates.
Bill, did we pick up Grodenko?
We're working on it.
Bill, what happened?
Grodenko escaped, but not before launching one of the drones.
How close is the Air Force to intercepting it?
F-16s were minutes away, then the drone disappeared from the satellite grid. We're still looking for it. Jack, get to medical. There's nothing you can do here.
Just keep me informed, please.
I will. Doyle, I want you to run point on the search for Fayed and Grodenko. Milo's monitoring from the Situation Room. I'll be right there.
I'll see you over medical.
Yes.
Hey, can we have a moment, please?
Certainly. They said you were hurt.
I'm fine. As soon as all of this is over, I'll come by and check on you and Josh.
I always regretted things didn't work out between us. And I always believed you did too. Maybe I was wrong.
No, you weren't. Listen, Fairman, before I was taken prisoner by the Chinese, I was with someone. She doesn't even know I'm still alive. I need to talk to her. See what happens.
Are you talking about Audrey Raines?
Yeah.
You don't know, do you? Jack, I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you this. Audrey's dead. I don't know all the details. I just know what I read in the paper about her accident.
What accident? When?
It was a few months ago. It was a car accident. Somewhere in China.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have to go. Why the hell didn't anybody tell me about Audrey?
Mr. Buchanan didn't want to tell you when you first got back because we all thought Fayed was just going to kill you. But I probably should have. I'm sorry.
She was in China looking for me.
She was the one who figured out the Chinese had taken you. Apparently she spent the past year going through back channels to try to get you out. The rest of it's classified by division. I don't know anymore. We were asked to send the DNA records so that they could get a positive ID on the remains, which I guess they did.
I want that file.
All right, Jack.
Now!
I have to dig it up in archives.
Just do it.
The Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs will be attending in person. The state will be monitoring via satellite, and the rest of the cabinet will be provided with video transcripts.
Good.
You should also know that Karen Hayes will be attending.
I thought I told you I wanted her excluded from this. She supported Wayne Palmer's policy of appeasement. She's going to be a problem.
Well, there was nothing I could do. She's still acting National Security Advisor. But I believe, given the current circumstances, any objection to your plans will not be able to gain traction.
Oh, I've known Karen Hayes for many years. It's always been a mistake to underestimate her.
Hello, Tom. Did somebody push you down the stairs?
No, Karen, I tripped over your ineptitude. On that subject, welcome back.
Look, Tom, I don't want to play games. I won't let you blackmail me again, so you do what you need to do. I am here to represent the president, and I intend to stay.
Karen, no one is sorrier than I am about what happened to Wayne.
Well, at least we have that in common.
Please be seated. As many of you are already aware, terrorists who attacked us this morning, Abu Fayed, with the help of Dmitry Kurdinko, has launched an aerial drone that we believe is armed with another nuclear bomb. Efforts are ongoing to locate this drone, but should those efforts fail, we're looking at a second nuclear attack on our country in less than 10 hours. And I am determined not to let this attack happen without a military response on our part.
A military response directed against whom, Mr. Vice President? We were under the impression that these terrorists were essentially stateless.
Secretary Cannon, that is the fiction they hide behind. But everyone in this room knows that elements within Abu Fayed's country train and fund terrorist organizations like his. It is time to hold them accountable. The ambassador has just been informed that if the nuclear weapon on that drone detonates, we will retaliate with our own nuclear strike. Now, this will be a warning shot, not a full-scale attack. The Joint Chiefs have been instructed to identify an unpopulated area where there will be limited civilian casualties, Admiral.
The closest match we have to that scenario is territory near the northern border. We believe this should result in fewer than 2,000 deaths. Long-term damage from radioactive fallout, however, could double that number depending on ground conditions.
I can accept that.
Mr. Vice President, I'm sure you're aware that our intelligence suggests that their government can't control Fayed either. They are doing the best that they can.
And I'm saying they need to figure out a way to do better. Something tells me that once this bomb hits, they will.
If this bomb hits, the opposite will hold true. The moderates will be driven from power. The terrorist position will be strengthened there and in the region. And I don't hear anyone talking about the Chinese or Russian response to this. We could start another world war.
If I thought there was a high likelihood of that, I wouldn't be suggesting this.
Mr. Vice President, the stakes are too high for this decision to be based on your personal judgment. It is my opinion that this course of action would be dangerous and reckless.
Consider your concern registered, Karen. But the debate is over. America must start to stand up for herself. The attacks on this country must stop. As acting commander-in-chief, I believe this is the best way to make that happen. Admiral, have a nuclear strike sub standing by.
Yes, Mr. Vice President.
Nadia, I never got those SIM files you were going to send me.
Oh, yeah, your system was overloaded, so I gave him to Morris. He's gonna take care of it for you.
Morris?
Yeah.
I mean, you really think he can handle it?
Yeah, he seems to be himself again.
He's himself because he had a drink and he smoothed out?
I don't think so.
Hey, what are you doing?
Setting up a reverse data stream on the drone satellite intel, okay?
Morris seems better.
Is that a question?
Is he?
Yes.
Look, I need you to do me a favor.
No.
I need you to check his breath. If he's better, great. If he had a drink and he's headed for another crash, we need to know about that.
Fine.
Thanks, Doc. What was that for?
Just checking your breath. He's fine.
Thank you.
Got to love this place.
Tom? Tom,
Yes, Karen, I hear you.
you can't possibly be in favor of Daniel's plan for a nuclear strike.
You heard the Vice President. It's a warning shot into an unpopulated area.
It is a military offensive on foreign soil, and you and I both know it will be impossible to contain. Tom, you know this is insane. I know you do. I saw you in that meeting. I saw the doubt in your eyes.
Do not presume to know what I am thinking or feeling. I serve at the discretion of those above me.
You serve the interests of the president, and you know that Wayne would not sign off on this course of action.
Wayne was wrong. Every decision he made today was wrong. Rejecting my security initiatives, using Assad as an appeal to extremist groups. And look what we've been led to.
You can't seriously believe that. You just cannot.
It doesn't matter what I believe. As long as the president is in a coma, Daniels is the acting commander-in-chief. Now, if you want him to abort that missile launch, you had better pray that CTU can find and stop that drone.
We've got ground teams on all roads leading out of Shadow Valley looking for Fayed and Grodhenko, but with SAT support dedicated to finding the drone, there's not much to go on.
And Caltrans doesn't have any cameras set up in the outlying areas.
Mr. Buchanan, we figured out how the drone is able to stay hidden from our satellites. Whoever is piloting it is able to anticipate our repositioning directives, flying through the gaps in the images.
How can you do that?
Our satellite data is being relayed to the drone pilot through a workstation here. We have a leak.
One of our own people?
Looks that way.
Can you isolate the workstation?
No, it's being masked through a sub-circuit. Morris is working on it now, but there are over 50 stations in this building. It could take an hour to do a signature trace.
We don't have an hour.
Run a trace match on Nadia Yassir Station.
Why not?
Do it.
Hey, you think just because she's a Muslim that
I'm
gives you the
following
right...
standard protocol. She's already been tagged and given restricted clearance. And yeah, she is a Muslim. That's enough to go on. Everyone here is thinking it, even if they won't say it.
You're a racist.
Marlo, I understand your distaste, but we have to vet every system in the building. There's no reason not to start with hers.
No, sir, there's every reason. Nadia Yasser is 100% loyal to this country. She is not a terrorist.
And is this assessment based on some private knowledge, or is it because you're itching to sleep with her?
So, all right, it's enough!
Agent Doyle, that was way out of line. We don't have time for your personal differences.
We have to find out who's subverting our system.
It is Nadia. The signature trace matches her computer.
Shut down our workstation.
I'm trying. The only way to cut the data flow is to reboot CTU's mainframe. We've been without system power for more than 20 minutes.
Get security on the floor now. Surrender your station.
Excuse me?
Who are you streaming our satellite data to?
What?
Where is the pilot?
Well, damn it, that's enough!
Take her to hold her.
Bill, don't let him do this! Bill, I'm innocent. I'm not a traitor. Let go of me.
Morris, secure her station. See if you can run a backtrace on that leak. Find out where the feed is going.
Excuse me.
Victor, what is the drone's current position?
130 miles southeast of the target.
Have you logged in the GPS coordinates?
Yes. The bomb will detonate over San Francisco within 20 minutes.
cc's. I want the drip to stay steady. Add in some glucose after about an hour. You see anything, any movement, twitch the eyelids, you get me. Got it?
Yes, sir. Dr. Welton, I need to speak with you.
I don't have much time, Miss Hayes.
What's the president's condition?
It's worsened in the last 15 minutes. There was a buildup of intracranial pressure. We had to induce a coma to relieve the swelling.
I see.
Good news is we stopped it in time. Doesn't seem to have been any neural damage, and his vitals are surprisingly strong. He's a fighter. We have that much going for us. Excuse me.
Doctor,
Yes.
is there any way that you can bring the president back to consciousness? I know this is an unusual request, but it's a matter of national security that I speak with him.
I'm sorry, it could pose a serious risk to his life. I couldn't possibly authorize it.
Who could?
I'd need consent from his family. His sister is here, but I'd strongly advise against it. If the swelling isn't contained, the president could suffer permanent brain damage. I have to go, Miss Hayes.
Nadia can't be involved in this.
The signal was routed through her station. We can't ignore that fact.
You really believe that Nadia is helping the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it, but I really don't know.
Doyle's an ass.
He's doing his job. If we want him to stop, we have to prove she's innocent.
Hello. I think I got something.
What is it?
I've set up a feedback pulse. Whoever Nadia's feeding a data stream to will read it as some static in the line, but we may be able to write the pulse back to its source, find the location of the drone flight. I've got it. 1530 Hillcrest.
Hillcrest, that's close.
Bloody close, 3 blocks away.
Okay, tell Buchanan.
I'm asking once again, cooperate. Help me put an end to this. Warning you. I will do what's necessary to get the answers I need. You understand? Do you understand?
I understand everything. I read your file. I know what you did in Denver. You enjoy hurting people. You get off of it.
We're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about what you know.
I don't know anything.
Get away from her, Doyle. I said let her go.
What the hell are you doing?
We got the drone pilot's location through Nadia's computer.
Where is it?
3 blocks from here. 1530 Hillcrest.
We're not through with her, Milo.
Are you okay?
Milo, you know I didn't have anything to do with this. Get out of here.
Hey, what's going on? We have a location of the drone's pilot. We're mobilizing now.
As you know, whoever's piloting the drone is operating in close proximity to CTU. I'm instituting a level 1 security lockdown. All provisional safeguards are in effect until further notice. Let's go to work. Marcy. Contact LAPD, have them coordinate with tactical. Seal off the perimeter.
Yes, sir.
They confirm the address.
Yes, it's a relay station. I've got the building specs and layout.
I'm gonna need a PDA and a phone.
I'll get them for you.
Thanks.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm going with the team.
You're injured. You should be in medical.
You should have told me about Audrey, Bill.
We were asking you to give your life, Jack. Our name was right to tell you about Audrey's accident.
It wasn't an accident. She was murdered.
No one knows that for sure.
I do. Bill, Audrey gave her life trying to get me out of a Chinese prison because she thought I was worth it. I'm not gonna let her die for nothing now. I'm gonna finish this. And when I do, I'm gonna track down the people responsible for her murder, and I'm gonna take care of them too. Please, you have to let me finish this.
All right. Tell Doyle you're unemployed.
Thank you.
The drone is approaching the city and beginning descent now. How long until the bomb detonates? At its current speed, the drone will reach the target perimeter within 3 minutes. It will detonate automatically when it reaches the perimeter line. I'll bring it in at an altitude of 500 feet to achieve maximum damage. Don't worry, Tavares. Everything is set. It will happen exactly as you planned.
Concentrate on the task at hand. You can call me when it's done.
Yes, sir.
Let's check room position. The gate was open. There's a utility truck parked behind the building.
Our backtrace shows the intrusion into our system is coming from a room in the northwest corner of the switching station.
Jack, I'm looking at an updated schematic now. Your most direct route is through the rear entrance to the left.
Okay, you get that?
Yeah. You want me on point?
Got it. Let's go.
Whatever you say.
What was that? Go check.
Let's get a medic.
Oh, yes, Jack. You copy?
We copy.
Jack, what's your status?
The drone pilot is down. I'm at his controls now. The target is San Francisco. I repeat, the target is San Francisco.
Alert local law enforcement, first responders in the area, and open a channel with the regional control center up there.
Got it.
These controls are for navigation only. There is no way to deactivate the bomb remotely.
CTU, we're linking you in now. You should have it.
It's coming through.
Jack, is there any way for you to determine what triggering mechanism they're using?
It looks like they wired a GPS module into the bomb. It'll detonate as soon as it crosses this designated perimeter. I'm trying to steer it away now.
Don't turn the drone too sharply or it'll stall and you'll lose control.
Copy that.
On its current course, the drone will cross the perimeter and detonate in 30 seconds.
Jack, you're getting a stabilizer warning.
I see it.
20 seconds.
Okay, it's turning.
The drone did not cross the perimeter.
I'm fighting a stall. I'm losing control of the drone. I need to find a place to land it now.
All right, according to the specs, it's gonna need 500 feet on one way to land.
Okay, closest to the drone's current position, there's a long stretch of residential road straight ahead of you.
That's a negative. Find me an area that's unpopulated.
Hold on. If you can get the drone farther east, there's an industrial park along the bay. I'm uploading the coordinates now.
Have regional command deploy units to the area immediately.
Operation.
Regional command.
Drone is down.
Mr. Buchanan, none of the first responders in San Francisco are reporting a detonation. The bomb did not go off on impact.
Jack, did you copy that?
Yeah.
Can we get a visual from anyone at the site?
I'm showing a fire and rescue unit already arriving at the scene.
What's the status on the pilot?
He's alive, barely.
Do whatever you have to get him conscious.
Get the Geiger counter.
Vice President. The drone was intercepted before the nuclear bomb was able to detonate.
Oh, thank God.
Congratulations, sir.
We were able to take control of the aircraft, crash landing it in an industrial park at the edge of the city. But in the process, the bomb's nuclear core was compromised and radioactive material was released.
So what we're essentially dealing with is a dirty bomb.
Sir, this was not a dispersal device. It was a radiological spill.
It was an attack on our nation. Bill, are there casualties?
Local responders got there before hazmat. They were almost certainly exposed to fatal doses of radiation. But so far, it appears that radioactive material was not widely dispersed. Casualties should be minimal.
At least we got that to be grateful for. Thanks, Bill. Proceed with the warning strike as planned.
Sir, the primary attack was averted. CTU was successful.
There will be civilian deaths as well as untold environmental damage. I hardly consider that a success.
The damage will be minimal compared to what we just avoided. Sir, I think we should consider ourselves fortunate. Tom.
Sir, Mr. Vice President, we were led to believe that this warning shot would be fired only in response to the detonation of a nuclear device.
That is a technicality, Tom. I gave fair warning to the Prime Minister, and I intend to carry it out. Secretary Kanan, how long will it take to move the submarine into position?
Once you've given the order, within the hour.
The order's given. Launch the missile as soon as they're in range.